How you like me now? But yeah, I wear a surgical mask underneath. I've got I have a washcloth soaked in a water and alcohol solution that I basically anything that I bring into the truck, I clean off immediately. Clean off my hands, clean off my bags, my packaging. So I'm walking through some trails at a municipal nature preserve, not too far from where I live. I've only really taken this trail once before, but not in this direction. Haven't been here in a while, so it'll be fun to come check it out again. There's pretty areas up here. Find a place to sit down, have a little chat. Actually, there's a bunch of places I haven't been out here. Keep moving. Yeah, I'm not alone out here. I came up behind, a few hundred yards behind, a couple young ladies that stopped out in this field back this way to do some sunbathing. Try to stay low key as possible. Don't wanna spook them, weird them out at all. In the last video, I seemed a little bit cavalier about this COVID thing, and I just wanted to back up on that a bit because I know it's a deal. Here's the thing, when I filmed that last video, the kayak video, if you haven't seen that, you'll go ahead and take a look at that up here. But that was right when they were talking about
everybody stay inside, it's a dangerous virus out there, yeah.
It's kind of natural for me to disobey something like that because, it's just, I don't consider myself a big rebel or anything like that, but I just generally don't trust the government. So when the government, they come up on all the media and they say, everybody stay inside, it's a dangerous virus out there. Yeah, well, last year it was Zika virus. Many years ago it was swine flu. People with ARs, Muslim terrorists, or anything like that. There's always some kind of fear going around, and it just seemed like something like that, right? Next thing I know, everybody's raiding the grocery stores for all the toilet paper and whatnot. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, since then I do acknowledge that the threat is real, and I actually do take precautions. I do practice social distancing, which isn't that big of a challenge for me because I don't have a huge social life, and I work at a very small shop, or did until about a week ago when basically business dropped off. I will be returning to that, so meanwhile, I kind of struggle with this whole lockdown thing, okay? I live right on the border between two states that both of them are under stay-at-home orders and whatnot. And, I've been saying it since way back when, many years ago when I first started putting stuff up on YouTube. What's my catch line? Get out and do something. That's exactly right. And so, of course, I'm not going to let this stop me from getting out and doing something, and it shouldn't stop you either, unless you live in a state where they're actually patrolling the streets and avenues, looking for people to pull over and see if they're on official business or they're necessary workers or not. Fortunately, I can still get out into nature. But man, it's like the state that I worked in. Their unemployment's claim system was messed up for, it must have been a few weeks there, but I caught the tail end of it. There's millions of us, trying to get benefits and whatnot. Up until a couple of days ago, I was really frustrated and kind of freaking out. But now that that's settled down, I am looking to go on a solo adventure trip. I'm looking forward to bringing you guys along with that. But I do take precautions. You saw this at the beginning of the video. This was originally made as a balaclava for cyclists. Back when I lived in Chicago, an employee made this for me. I think it's brilliant. Put on a couple of sunglasses, and boy, I never would have thought I could go into business wearing something like that without somebody pulling a gun on me or something. But yeah, I wear a surgical mask underneath. I've got I have a washcloth soaked in a water and alcohol solution that I basically anything that I bring into the truck, I clean off immediately. Clean off my hands, clean off my bags, my packaging. Anything that I touch, my phones, steering wheel, keys, credit cards, all that stuff like that before I get home. And then I make doubly sure when I get home that I'm not bringing anything in. Of course, I'm hyper aware of anything that I've touched when I'm out there or out doing stuff. And when I do go to the store, it's like I'm in, get what I want, I'm out, done. Get home, binge on Netflix, make music that nobody wants to hear, make videos that nobody wants to watch. Yeah, but I remember when this thing first broke, or not long thereafter, I had one friend in particular who, with his mouth, he's talking, making fun of all this stuff, like that. Oh, you're getting led around by the nose and all that. Meanwhile, he's stocking up on toilet paper, packing his fridge and whatnot full of food, and he's sitting in the back of his house with his gun, or guns. And yeah, I heard this from a couple people. It's not too cool. Yeah, he really went over the deep end, and that was a couple of weeks ago. But it's still not at that point right now, thank God. And I know there's some like natural areas and stuff like that are shut down. Picnic areas in particular are shut down, or the cops are trying to keep them, or the sheriffs are trying to keep people out of those areas, keep people from congregating. But for the most part, trails and whatnot are still pretty open. For that, I am thankful for. So glad I'm not in these states that I have to worry about getting pulled over just for driving down the road. So I'm gonna hike around a bit more and let you know what I see, if I see anything. And I'll try to hit all the points that I wanted to hit on while I was here for this video. But I know I've missed something. Maybe I'll jump in at some point. Yeah, one of the things I think that really irked me from the get with the whole social isolation thing is that, as much as I like to, stay by myself and stay clear of people for the most part, it's like I like people, and I think that one of the fundamental things wrong with society is that we're pulled apart from each other. First of all, we're pulled apart as tribes by the advent of the nuclear family. Nuclear family is being pulled apart by mass media, technology, larger communities being actually gave us the promise of technology, but has in effect, insulated us from each other. And I just think that that was one of the things that really irked me about social isolation, just because I believe that we're social creatures and we don't thrive best that way. People like me are just aberrations. I don't think it's what we need. I don't think it's what we need as a people. So I guess one of my main points is I wanted to say that, keeping a distance from people is, sort of a regular MO with me anyway. So in that way it doesn't affect me. So the point is that I'm staying on mission. I will not stay at home. I'm going to get out and do something. What's cool is that a lot of people are kind of doing that anyway. They're coming out to these natural places, instead of watching TV all day or whatever. A lot of people have a lot of time on their hands that they're not accustomed to having, which in some ways can be a good thing. That's gotta suck right there. I am not sure if I have been down this path, but pretty sure I have. I have been in this area on a lot of these trails. One of these trails in particular goes through a bottom area. It's really super flooded out. It still is super muddy, but it got real bad. I had to bushwhack, do some pretty serious stuff. Stuff like this. Yeah, you can't squeeze through that. Oh boy. Yeah, see what I mean? These trails are always wet. Wet on the boots. Boots do your thing. Boots do your thing. Alright. Yeah, I have been on this trail before. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. There are some boardwalks and stuff, but yeah, this trail is always wet, but it gets wetter, and when it does, you're either getting your feet really wet or else you're bushwhacking. But anyway, this right here I think is going to take us down to the creek, across from where you can launch a kayak from. We'll show you that real quick. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I can hear people launching kayaks down here. Gonna have to grab the old watercraft. Check this out. Anyhow. Do I have to say it again? Everybody be well, stay safe. Take care of each other. Thanks for watching.